Hello, GBR family. As you know, we're in the process of nominating deacons, and so we thought it was important for you to know something about that. So in order to talk about that, we have Scott Montford and Deb Patillo, two of our current deacons that are going to kind of take us behind the scenes and talk about that a little bit. And so qualifications, what about qualifications for a deacon? What do we know about that?
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to use some of my notes here,
No, that's
I
fine.
make sure I get my point across.
Precision is good.
The qualifications and procedures are currently in the Blue Ridge Church Center app and explains the process pretty well. I said, but what we want to discuss here this morning is what we do behind the scenes.
Okay, good. So what's a deacon do? What do we need to know?
Well, above anything else, there's a real sense of camaraderie and teamwork. We've developed 12 teams, and this is just something that we've developed since January, dividing the responsibilities that we perform so that each team has at least 3 members to share the tasks. Each team develops guidelines to clarify what needs to be done. For example, the communion team, we've got a process for scheduling when we meet, the items needed for communion, sanctuary setup, who distributes the elements, cleanup, etc. And you may notice that on any given communion Sunday, the deacons change. And that is the beauty of the teamwork that we have, is that if someone's out of town, some of the deacons from other teams will fill in. And not every team is busy all the time, so we are able to do that, cross function in different teams. The reason why we developed this is that as new members come on to these teams, the guidelines smooth the way. So there's not a lot of gaps in information and what you need to do.
Okay. So if somebody's thinking about being a deacon, then what kind of teams, what kind of things are they doing? What are like some of those things? Like what kind of team are you on?
I'm on the team that takes care of the physical plant, the building, and also I work with the financial team for meeting the needs of the congregation. If there's any financial needs or anything, we are charged with, as deacons, taking care of the physical plant, the financial resources that we have, and also just the people.
Okay.
And we work very closely with the elders and the pastors in order to perform that.
Okay.
And so basically, going back to your qualifications things, what a deacon needs to be is one with a servant's heart that is willing to serve and be the disciple of Christ that we're all called to be, but just to be singled out as a go-to person, where somebody knows that they're able to either get them to the person they just need to see or need to meet their needs.
Okay.
Very good point, Deb. Very good.
You got other teams that you have there?
Well, we took the idea for the teams from a book called Resource for Deacons that was written by Timothy Keller. And these teams that we have are the building team, church personal property monitor, parking lot, community prep, communion prep, offering counting assignment coordinator. Every Sunday we have to count the offerings. Prayer team, security, minute taker, and timekeeper for our meetings that we have. Financial and care assistants, handyman, automotive, and then our overall church finance committee member.
Okay.
That's 12 teams.
Is that right? Great. Parish Systems. We developed a parish system at GBR a few years ago, in which we've divided the congregation up into certain families. And so how do the deacons fit into that?
We work with the elders again to each parish is assigned an elder and 1 or 2 deacons to again meet the needs of the congregation within that parish, and that way it divides it into smaller groups so you can have a more sense of community within that parish.
Okay.
And whenever we receive a need, parish church-wide, that we coordinate with the deacon team leaders, whatever need we have, and then usually it requires a quick response because it could be fallen trees. We've had that, leaking roofs, broken cars, or distressed church members who just need someone to talk to.
Okay.
So we try to provide that as quickly as we can.
All right. And I can say it's been a real pleasure to work with the deacons that we have. Maybe a key word is the word servant. I mean, a lot of times behind the scene, and you don't know what's going on, but what a real servant's heart. So who can nominate? What's the nomination process here?
Well, anyone within the church can nominate a church member. It is important that you discuss with that person you're considering. Ask them if they are interested in that. Prayerfully consider it, and the forms are on the desk by the front door, or on the Blue Ridge Church Center app. Okay.
All right.
And Deb, did you want to talk about people that we want to consider as being deacons?
Well, I think I talked about that a little bit with the qualities of being a deacon, as far as someone who's willing to serve and to be singled out as someone that pointed out as someone that you can go to, and they can guide you to where you need to be. But just to have that willingness to serve and to serve the community, to serve our church, to serve the physical plant, and to further the kingdom. It's just, that's all part of it.
Good, great. God's the one who raises up the gifts in the church, and then we recognize them. And so thanks for your time in doing this. The nomination process is open until October the 9th, so be praying about that. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great.